Tonight, Troy students had a chance to show off their creative side.
Plus, a few artists took their work to new levels based off a book. Stay tuned, TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the worldwide campuses of Troy University, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello, welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for November 5th, 2010. I'm Adam Termseed.
And I'm Jaleesa Ellis. Thank you for joining us this evening. Troy University's music groups perform a variety of pieces, but it's not often that they get the chance to work directly with the artists that compose the music they perform. Courtney Steele shows us that Troy's vocal jazz ensemble Frequency is getting that chance thanks to a famous social networking site.
This week, the Troy University Jazz Ensemble, Frequency, received some valuable lessons from an internationally known composer. University choral director Dr. Diane Orlowski contacted Greg Jaspers via the social network Facebook to provide her students with a rare opportunity.
We were doing a lot of Greg Jaspers' pieces this term, and I thought, well, how cool would it be if we contacted him and just chatted with him? So I friended him on Facebook. He wrote me back and said, "Do I know you?" And I said, "No, you don't." But, I described Frequency and the fact that we were doing 6 of his pieces and said, "Do you think you'd ever come here?" Just decided to take a chance.
It's that chance that provided Frequency the opportunity to work directly with Jaspers on some of his pieces they plan on performing. The ensemble was able to partake in something that doesn't happen very often.
It's different when you are working on someone's pieces and then you have the person who wrote that piece standing in front of you working on his vision of the piece. I mean, I can get it there almost, but when you have the real deal here, it's great to work with.
Members of the ensemble were especially excited about working with Jaspers.
I was excited just to find out that we were doing pieces written by him, much less that he was actually going to be here. And so he's coming to work with us both on our sound and on his pieces specifically.
Through a connection on Facebook, Frequency and Jaspers were able to come together and work on making beautiful music. Both are willing to continue to use Facebook for future connections.
If my music is out there and being published, then people are hopefully going to find me and ask me to come do things like this, because this is a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'll keep using Facebook.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing, the context. I use Facebook a lot to keep in touch with alumni, and if this is any indication of what we can do, I'll continue to use it.
Courtney Steele, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The ensemble will record a CD of his work early next year and perform the songs in a concert in March.
This week, Troy University's art students have been focusing on the work of author Daniel Pink. Artwork based on his book, A Whole New Mind, is on display in Malone Hall. But yesterday afternoon, students took inspiration from Pink to a whole new level. Jasmine Bailey has the story.
Troy University art students are extremely creative, so Thursday afternoon when they held It's Happening in the Malone courtyard, they definitely didn't disappoint.
Today we did It's Happening, and it happened, and everybody jumped around and got in a conga line and danced and threw paint and played trumpets, and it just happened.
But the biggest question on most people's mind is, what exactly is a happening?
My time and space class is having a happening, and the happening is an extension of their reading from Daniel Pink's book, A Whole New Mind. And the idea of this happening kind of art form developed in the 1960s, late 50s, early 1960s. Art doesn't just have to be a painting that hangs on the wall. It can actually be spontaneous performance, perhaps. Their underlying theme, whether they're totally aware of it or not, seems to be anti-war. Okay, they're going to do some things where these two characters are fighting, but then everybody comes together in a peace circle. Then everybody has a free hug sign. And so there's this kind of concept underlying.
Witnessing It's Happening was the least to say an adventure. Students got the chance to express themselves through various art forms, whether it be paint or creative mass. It was almost like a recess. But overall, I'd say everyone had a great time participating or just watching to see what would happen next. Jasmine Bailey, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Pink's book is the College Communication and Fine Arts Reading Initiative selection for the school year. Well, Troy's University Activities Council has put on a number of different events throughout the semester that usually require some physical activity.
But last night, the UAC gave students a chance to exercise their minds and show their creative side. Ben Stanfield has the story.
The University Activities Council has a knack for coming up with engaging entertainment for Troy University students. Thursday night's event was Poetry Night, featuring award-winning poet John Good.
From life in the bricks to love, grade school, and politics, Poetry Night had more to offer than rhythm and rhyme, but it had lessons about life and of the times.
Good offered up rhymes about good times, sad times, hard times, and bad times, and he hopes that he could relate to some life issues that Troy students are facing.
Everything to me, it's all parables. Your whole life is this way. Your whole life has a teaching moment in it, and it's up to you to extract that moment and hopefully share it with someone else to help them through their times, their struggles. So that's what I try to do. All the poems are basically stories about my life. And, a lot of people are going through the same things that I've gone through at some point in my life. So by telling them my story, maybe to help them with whatever they have, coming up.
The night wasn't solely focused on Good's rhymes, but some passionate poets from Troy got the chance too. Good says that's a great thing too, and he wants to leave this lasting message with Troy students.
You have to really tap into what it is you want to do with your life, which is hard to figure out. At 18, from 18 to 22, it's hard to know what you want to do with your life, because you haven't done but so much with your life. So it's hard to really know what you want to do, but you have to find that as much as humanly possible.
Poetry Night also let Trojan students learn more about each other through the arts.
I learned that there's some really talented people in the world. Poetry is really inspirational. I think that people write from life. Everybody's an artist in some kind of way, and poetry is a big part of art.
But more than learning about the arts and about each other, the evening was a lot of fun, too.
It was a great time, great relaxing atmosphere just to kick back and have a good time.
Ben Stanfield, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The University Activities Council's next Thursday night event will be a comedy show at 8 p.m. in the Claudia Crosby Theater.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. A group gathered at an education summit in Mobile has been told that the graduation rate must be improved. A University of South Alabama dean says about 3,000 students drop out of the state's largest school system each year. He said that winds up costing the local economy about $1 billion.
And next in state news, a Jefferson County judge dismissed a child abuse charge against a mother in the beating death of her two-year-old son, but allowed a capital murder case to proceed against her boyfriend. A Birmingham police detective testified that Wills told police she left her boyfriend, DeMarcus Williams, in charge of Antoine and two siblings while she attended a church tent revival.
In last in state news, Alabama Republicans have chosen new leaders. Senator Del Marsh of Anniston has been selected as President Pro Tem, the most powerful post in the state Senate. And Republicans in the new House have chosen Representative Mike Hubbard of Auburn to be House Speaker. Senator Jabot Wagner of Vestavia Hills is Majority Leader.